following deck profile is brought to you by Team Rainbow Signer. Rainbow!
Hey guys, it's jace-burner. About like 1 o'clock in the bowling alley. So it's awesome here. We just got done bowling and me and Spud went 1-1, even though I suck. He had a bad day.
I did.
Alright, we're gonna do some deck profiles. This one's gonna be over his vampires. It's like zombies, only cooler. They don't sparkle, so don't look for that. Alright, see what you got.
Alright, so for the basic, it's still a basic zombie deck, so, but the main point of this is Vampire Lord, so run 3 of them. Vampire Lords, when they're destroyed by card effect, that's not your own, they special during your standby phase, and then also when they inflict battle damage to your opponent, they send 1 card from their deck to the graveyard of your choice. Pretty important. Zombie Masters, 3 of them, kind of a staple. They're a nice amount of power, 1800. You can discard a monster and special summon any zombie from either player's graveyard, and has to be level 4 or lower. Those are pretty essential. Illbloods, Gemini monsters, you have to summon them twice pretty much. Once they're summoned though, you can use their effect to special summon any zombie from either player's graveyard. Very useful, but if he's destroyed, anything you brought back with him is also destroyed. Pyramid Turtles, when they're destroyed by battle, you can special summon a zombie, 2,000 or less defense from your deck, in any position. Kind of useful, especially if you're stalling out an opponent.
This is pretty much every zombie in that deck.
Yep. Pretty much. Ryu Kokai, he's pretty much just a beat stick, and well, he can destroy any spellcaster or warrior that he battles at the end of the damage step. Kind of helpful, he's got only 2,000 defense, special with Pyramid Turtle, beat the hell out of things.
You can piss off 6 samurais.
Absolutely. Immortal Ruler, a lot of people don't run him. He's kind of pretty. He's a beat stick, 1800, level 4, and you can tribute him on your side of the field to add a zombie roll from your graveyard back to your hand. It's pretty useful. Bone Crusher, a lot of people don't run him either, but when he's special summoned by a zombie effect, so like Zombie Master or Illblood, you can destroy 1 back row your opponent controls, spell or trap. Pretty awesome. Mezuki, staple for most zombie decks. 1700 attack, and you can remove him from your graveyard to special summon any zombie in your graveyard. Very useful. Talon the Cursed Dragon, when he destroys a monster by battle, you can special summon the monster you destroyed if it's a zombie type. He's 1900, pretty powerful, pretty much just a beat stick. Patrician Darkness, a lot of people don't run him, but he pisses people off. Yep. He switches the target of what your opponent attacks, so you can make him attack just about anything.
Not to mention exactly Vampire.
Goblin Zombie. Goblin Zombie, also annoying. Because you add any zombie from your deck to your hand as long as he's got 1200 less defense when anytime he's sent to the graveyard. On top of that, if he inflicts battle damage, your opponent mills a top card from their deck to their graveyard. Spirit Reaper, classic. You know what he does. If he's targeted by a card effect, he's destroyed. He can't be destroyed by battle. Pretty useful. If he attacks and inflicts battle damage, they discard a card from their hand. Despair from the Dark. He's just the power. If he's sent from the deck to the graveyard, he special summons. 2800, 3000.
Yeah, 3000 defense though. Can't get him with those Pyramid Turtles. Oh no.
Alright, spells. You got your Book of Lives.
Yeah, everyone knows what those do.
Special summon zombie from your graveyard, remove 1 card from your opponent's graveyard. Shrinks. I run these as a personal choice because zombies aren't powerful on their own. So when your opponent attacks into them, you shrink them, and you're pretty much gonna kill them off. And then that gives you like Vampire Lord, Goblin Zombie, Spirit Reaper, inflicts the battle damage machine. I run double Solidarity, pumps them 800 every card, and here's obviously a zombie. Kinda helpful. Call the Mummy. This way, if you don't have a monster on your field, you can special summon any zombie in your hand. I run 2 of those. Monster Reborn, you know what that does. Burden of the Mighty, again, just another card to help out with the power. MST, you should know what that does.
What does that do?
Alright, Bait Doll. A lot of people don't know what Bait Doll does. Bait Doll selects 1 back row your opponent controls that's set, and it flips it face up. If it's a trap card, if its timing is correct, it activates. If its timing is wrong, it's destroyed. And then Bait Doll shuffles back into the deck.
Way to be a douchebag.
Call the Haunted, kind of obvious. Bottomless Trap Holes, it's limited at 2, so I keep it at 2. Opponent summons, get rid of it. Torrential, Zombies Field Flood. So if you Torrential Tribute, destroy all monsters on the field, you're gonna have a full field next turn. Mirror Force, kind of obvious. Scrap Iron Scarecrow. When your opponent attacks, this negates the attack and then it goes back face down. Very useful if you need a couple turns to stall out. Draining Shield, you can replace that with another Scrap Iron, but I like to gain life points. Don't know about you. Bribe, I preferred it too, but I don't have to in this deck, so I also run a 7 tools, pay 1,000 to get a trap card, bribe with some draw cards.
Both good negations.
For a side deck, if you don't feel like running 3 Vampire Lords, you can always run a Vampire's Curse. He's 2,000 when he's destroyed by battle. You can pay 500 life points and he comes back during the semi-phase with 500 additional attack points. Kind of hard to come by, very useful.
Ultimate rare.
Regenerating mummies are usually what people use for the beat sticks. He's not much. He's sent from your hand to the graveyard. You can return it to your hand. Kind of pointless. Zombie worlds. They're just kind of a shutdown. Your opponent can't tribute summon unless it's for a zombie, and everything on the field in the graveyard becomes zombie. Extremely useful for like Ill Blood and Zombie Master. Ever-living Underworld Cannon. Not a lot of people run this because it's kind of pointless, but if you special summon a lot like I do in this deck, it becomes quite powerful. And inflicts 800 every time a zombie special summon, but it can only be used once per turn. Overwhelming Eye, or Overpowering Eye. It's kind of new. You select one zombie on your side of the field with 2,000 less attack, and it can attack directly. It's useful for Vampire Lords and whatnot. Rivalry of Warlords, kind of a bitch move in this deck. It allows only one type of monster to be on your side of the field and your opponent's. And then Tut and Mask. When a card targets a zombie, you can negate and destroy. So that's my vampires.
Way to go, Spudwick.
Loads of fun.
Peace, deuces.